Hello, Nada here with another edition of Balisong Talk. This week we're going to talk about the Balisong community and its effect that social media has had on its users and how much this has expanded in the past couple of years due to social media. So when I started flipping, I discovered flipping just from researching it on YouTube and finding a bunch of videos, tutorials of how to flip, and one of the videos led to the flipping arena. To me, that was it's a forum. Kind of new to forums, didn't really know how it worked, but it was all just posting videos to YouTube and then posting them, like embedded them in forums like Flipping Arena and Jersey Devil and Balisong Techniques, and those were websites where people shared information, you trade knives, you share videos, slow-mos, you have battles. Like they used to have battles on these websites, and you still see battles nowadays, but it's more like on Facebook and Instagram, and less so on websites and actual official Balisong like entities. Like Balisong Techniques. That was a website that started like 3-4 years ago by Vincent Dirk. A lot of people know him as Bite Handle on YouTube, and that website kind of fell through. Stuff happened in his personal life, and files got lost. Credit cards got expired. Files got dumped. So now the website is kind of in the cloud. But that website was a lot of shit. A lot of good information. Like they had the lab. For anyone that knows this website, the lab is where you came up with a new concept and you posted on a sub forum inside the forum. They had battles back then, Friday night fights. Friday night fights was usually start off as a BT thing, and I mean, Friday night fights is used all over in every sport, so it's not abnormal to see it pop up in another avenue like Balisong Underground. But the game changed a little bit when Instagram came into the picture. Like new people, Instagram was right now I think is really where the core of the flipping community hangs out on a daily basis, and it's really a media that like when it started it was just pictures and there was no flippers. Everyone was against it. It's kind of like Facebook. Some people were against it, but there's a lot of groups now on Facebook. Instagram came and it was just pictures, and then we saw a new generation when the videos came out. You could post videos, 15-second long videos. And that was, it's challenging to post good content in that amount of time. 15 seconds really created, like we call them now, 15-second assassins is what they call them when that 15-second max was the standard. Like 15 seconds is just enough to make a couple combos and then an ender. Like it's not much to it. But when they increase the limit to a minute, really, like then you can post some good material. You can post some good elaborate routines, and like with multiple angles, combos. You can post a preview of a good video that you would post somewhere on YouTube. YouTube, back when I started, you could post any song. It was barely caught with copyrights, but nowadays you post stuff on YouTube, even on Instagram. It gets any song that's kind of like well-known artists with copyright, deals and stuff. Everything gets taken down. I remember Facebook started doing that too. Couldn't post stuff that had copyrighted material because a lot of people would see it. So I guess but I mean, the song usage has been it's a constant thing, like with the Balisong community. using songs that are not from other videos. It's kind of taboo not to do that, but for everyone out there. But nowadays with Instagram, where it's like so much content all the time, it's instantly a lot of content. You know, that's why it's, you know, Instagram. I'm not sober, guys, I'm sorry. But yeah, I remember when Snapchat came out. Snapchat is 10 seconds of videos that just vanish. And when that first came out, there was no stories. Snapchat was just sending a video to someone that you were just seeing for a couple seconds. Like, I thought it was stupid at first. But then they came out with the stories, and which is you can make a video that people can rewatch, and it's just there for 24 hours. So you can, like, you know, you can have a little sesh of just, you know, posting a couple clips of, it's mostly POV, because back then you would have to hold the camera and flip at the same time, which is pretty challenging for some. And for me, like, it's always a fucking challenge, man, to get that in frame. Holding the camera and, you know, with the phone. And but then Instagram came with the stories, and now it's like, oh, you got 2 stories you can post, and then people follow both, and then they see both. Is it really worth posting on both? I don't know. Sometimes I'll post on one and then not on the other, and then I feel like I should be posting on both. Yeah, it's stupid. It's all like, social media now is a real big part of the community, and you just can't ignore it. Like, that's how we share just material and flipping. And then, you know, I like watching all these new guys come out of the woodwork, like, you know, coming from nowhere and then just coming out of just doing crazy shit. Like, I remember when Instagram first came out, like, kids, like, I call them kids, but they're teenagers. Most of the guys on Instagram, when they start off, they're like 13, 14. Video games coming from Team Fortress 2, or, you know, Counter-Strike Go, and, you know, they're like, oh, Balisongs and stuff, ooh. But then, like, they become solid flippers online, making really good content that gets stolen by, like, other websites, and then, you know, billions of views, and not billions, but millions of views by some people buying cheap knives and, like, stealing material. But we steal songs, so are we better? You know, we're complaining about people using our videos, but then we steal these, like, songs from, like, professional musicians that spend their whole life doing this, and then we're complaining that they steal our shit. Is it really, you know, it's all, once it's online, whatever, you know. Nowadays, you know, stealing stuff is just common practice with everything online. Social media has been a better way to bring everyone together and with common interests. Because, I mean, the way I say people why I'm online so much is, if you're a fan of hockey, if you love hockey and fucking dies for hockey, and you live in Canada, you're bound to find people to just fucking talk about hockey all night long, just have a beer, watch the game. You know, you can do that. For me, I fucking love knives. I love, you know, hanging out, flipping knives, and there's no one to hang out with here in Newfoundland that does that, or, like, and anywhere in Canada. Like, most of the times, the people that actually are passionate and love it as much as I do are fucking in the States and the rest of Canada, New Zealand, France, you know. So, like, I use social media and the internet to connect with people that I care, you know, that have the same passion and love doing the same thing I do. And when I met up at Blade, like, that was the coolest thing ever. I think it was, like, I was so jacked up and, like, fired up to see all the boys and making videos and doing shit together and getting fucked up, and it was a great time. Like, it's like I was living online. My, you know, online life was my RL, you know? It, like, merged, and it was just like, I had so much fun just recording, you know. It was super fun, and I really do hope I get to go again, you know, if life brings me that direction, you know. I don't know how long this video has been, but fuck. Thanks for listening to me rambling about online life. I think there's more stuff to talk about, actually. I remember when when we were on Flipping Arena and we wanted like video conversation, we had like tiny chat. We had like, you know, Google Hangouts. There's just ways to like have video conversation, flip against each other. Like me and Fake used to fucking battle online, like Bally, like, you know, BALI, like, you know, do a trick after this, and we use the honor system because the quality on the videos back then was so shit. Like you just say like, you know, did you land the trick? Like almost like you could have fucked it up and still won, you know. And it's a good time. Like, you know, social media is just, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. This is probably not my best one, but oh yeah, and PRS. I think Instagram now is where everything, like, if I want to get a hold of someone, it's probably Instagram is probably the easiest way to do it with the flipping community in general. Multiple conversations across multiple different types of people. You know, when like Instagram first started, like OGs, people from the flipping arena and like Balisong technique, we merged to Instagram, and like there's met up with a new crowd of kids that come out of nowhere, and like teenagers that are really talented. You know, didn't come from a flipping arena background, just out of Instagram and fucking ripping it. Like, you know, it's really cool to see. And now it's like they're one in community. Like there's multiple different platforms that flipping pops up. Like I've tried, you know, Reddit. Like there's, you know, our Balisong. Like that's like there's a lot of users. Like Facebook groups that are full of people. Like, you know, there's a couple groups on Facebook, you know, that exist, and different types of people are there to buy knives, and some people are there to flip knives, you know. I'm talking more about the flipping community, like less so of the Balisong buying and trading and producing, and that's like JD, you know. Like when people have a question about knives and what they are, I just say, I can go check on the JD or something. Like I don't fucking know anything about knives. You want to ask me about a trick? You know, you want a scissor? I can teach you how to scissor. That's something, you know, milestone in flipping. I remember when I learned to scissor, that was a big deal. Like, you know, that was like, if you know how to scissor back when I started, like, you're at least immediately, you know, getting there. So now there's like Facebook groups, conversations. Like back in the flipping arena, people just chatted around. Like they were still posting on the forum, but like everyone, we had the CZAT, the chat, the sat, you know. People would just chat on that. Like, and that was like people had to, like, every day we just come in every morning, just chat it up, and like, and then BT had a chat as well, so we all hung out there. And now it's like DMs in Instagram has really just become like, I have a couple DMs that, you know, I talk to same 15 people on a daily basis. And now there's Facebook chats and group chats. The pit, you know, the JD has their own like little group chat. And I started a group chat today. I don't know if it's gonna fucking work out. Like, I don't, like, it was just too much conversations nowadays, you know? Like, I talk to people on Snapchat, you know, like, we send back videos back and forth, and now Instagram is becoming Snapchat. It was fucking weird. That update was fucking shitty, man. Like, who cares? Like there's Snapchat and then there's Instagram. Like, fuck. I don't need to send the Snapchat to someone on Instagram. I'll send them on Snapchat. But, like, you know, Snapchat, like, Instagram stories is kind of cool, you know, but they don't need, you know, there's different people who follow me on both, you know, and people who follow me on both. If you follow me on both, then you get my material twice. So, do I switch? Do I choose one? I don't know. That's social media. But if you're listening to me rambling right now, boys, like, I'm sorry. This is taking much longer than expected. Thanks for watching. And don't do drugs. Keep them flipping.